Hello, my friends, and welcome. It's Carrie at holisticspsychic.com and Soul Star Healing Arts Center here in Sedona, Arizona. As we're coming into this last half of April, the astrology happening right now is truly unprecedented, bringing us uniquely rare opportunities to redefine the path that you are on in life. This is a uniquely rare opportunity for all of us to shift into something more meaningful. And so I'm going to open here with a question for you. Where has there been something quietly building within you that seems to be speaking to you louder and louder in ways that you really can no longer avoid or ignore? This is the voice of your soul right now overriding the worries, the doubts, the uncertainties of your mind and compelling you to shift into the courage, the self leadership to once and for all say yes to whatever those things are. So, today we're looking at what the astrological energies are, but more importantly, we're looking at how you can harness the power of these energies, how you can leverage these energies to really fully ignite what your sense of true soul calling is in the here and now. So, the big thing that's happening now is that we have seven celestial bodies in the sign of Aries. This is what's considered a grand stellium. A stellium is when you have three or more planets or celestial bodies in a sign, and here we have seven, which has not happened exactly in this way since before recorded history. If you watch some of my previous videos, you'll see that I talk about how the conjunction that we had a few months ago between Neptune and Saturn in Aries also has not happened since before recorded history. So we really are in unprecedented evolutionary times collectively as a human species within humanity. And then, of course, you have your own unique way that this is inspiring and supporting you. And that's what we're going to discover today. So, in a little bit, I will pull up the chart for those of you who like to see it. But as we are coming into the new moon, which happens on Friday, I'm actually going to talk about the astrology that's happening for this last half of April, but beginning with talking about the new moon because that happens on Friday, the 17th. And at that time, we have Neptune, Saturn, Mercury, Mars, Chiron, the Sun, and the Moon all in Aries. Aries is the zodiac sign that is very connected to courageousness, pioneering your own unique path, being in your self leadership, being in your self authority, your sovereign identity and independence. It's channeling your will in the direction of what your true passions and inner soul callings are. And so ultimately, this new moon literally is the most empowering, energetic opportunity that you have to really get clear on what you want to commit to. Get clear on what the deep convictions of your soul are, meaning, what really is inspiring that sense of passion, meaning, and purpose in you, establishing a clear decision and conviction around those things and really beginning the journey of experiencing, exploring, creating, and manifesting those things. The new moon conjunct the sun is happening at 27 degrees and 28 minutes of Aries. This is moving into that very last degree of Aries. And so it is a pivotal moment. And that potential is infused by whatever you energetically streamline into this energy with the power of your intent. Now, I do want to say this before I go on to the other planets, because the new moon is always the time where we set our intentions for the month ahead, even up to the next 6 months ahead. But really, the astrology around this new moon is so exceptionally rare that this is you seeding a timeline shift for yourself, igniting a quantum leap into a new timeline in ways that are going to carry you forward for really at least the next decade ahead, if not longer than that. But this is the part that I want to mention. Right after this new moon, the moon goes what's called void of course. And that's when the moon makes its last aspect before it changes signs. So the aspect that this new moon is making is a square aspect to Pluto. Pluto is up in Aquarius right now, and Pluto is connected to evolution, transformation, empowerment, cycles of birth, life, death, rebirth, renewal. So the square aspect to the moon gives us a strong indicator that our deep true soul guidance and what's going to be supported and what's going to work is when we choose an alignment with what's supporting our evolution as a soul, your growth, your expansion, your dropping into your authenticity of being. And since the moon is going to be void, of course, right after the new moon, I recommend that rather than sitting down and doing whatever intention setting ceremony you might do during the actual new moon, this time it's better to wait. I would wait until like the day after the new moon, where the moon has already gone into the sign of Taurus. Me personally, in my life, I wait until I can actually see the sliver of the new moon in the sky, which typically happens the day after the new moon, so that you're setting your intentions in the increase of light, not in the midst of the darkness of the new moon. So, waiting that extra day where I can see the light of the moon, I'm setting my intentions in the energy of light that is then growing with the new moon. So a good use of the new moon time frame, which let me just say happens at 4:51 a.m. Pacific time in the United States. And so make the time adjustment for your location. That would be like 7:51 Eastern time in the United States. But let this, day of the actual new moon be more a time of meditative reflection and contemplation, and then doing your intention setting ceremonies or whatever you're doing the next day, and it can be up to the 3 days after the new moon. It's really a good idea to not set intentions when the moon is void, of course, because it's in between signs. The energy is unstable, so that energy is contrary to supporting a momentum happening with your intention, just FYI. Okay, I'm going to back it up a little bit and break this stellium down into groupings. So, first, at 2 and 3 degrees of Aries, we have a Neptune and Mercury making a conjunction. Mercury just went into Aries on the 14th, so it's newly there. Neptune is always an activator of intuitive awareness. It brings us into a inward visionary time of what we're dreaming into being, more creatively rather than just like thinking it through. This is a time where you might feel like you're receiving downloads or transmissions of intuitive guidance from your higher self, from the cosmos, from your spirit guides. So, this conjunction between Neptune and Mercury takes what maybe usually would be more of an unconscious sense of intuitive processes happening within you and brings it to the forefront of your conscious awareness so that the mind and your intuition can work together collaboratively. And the energy right now with this conjunction lends itself to future focused decision making that is inspired by that deeper calling to step into a life that feels more aligned with you. So you can see the value of taking time for reflective meditative awareness. What is that deeper thing that's been brewing within me that's calling me to step into a more aligned life, path, lifestyle, and then future focused decision making that prepares or paves the way for inspired action really is what the collective energy is right now. So, how has that been showing up for you? When we have the new moon on the 17th, Jupiter is making a square to Neptune and Mercury. And so this heightens that sense of expansion with your own intuitional processes even more. This is a really good time to be taking note of what your intuitions are telling you, nudging you in the direction of working with your intuition through meditative self reflection awareness is really a great practice that you can do right now. Knowing what house of your natal chart Aries is happening in will give you more insight and details as to the area of your life that you will experience this transformation in. Again, Aries is all about self awareness, independence, and that can be happening within many different aspects of your life. If you don't have your chart, there's lots of places online that you can download one for free. You just need to know your exact birth time. And of course, if you would love an astrological reading with me where we take a look at how this is showing up for you and how you can best navigate the energies, feel free to reach out and book a session with me. I have been getting questions from some of you about if I do see clients. And yes, I see clients actually all day, every day. Well, 5 days a week. I try to take 2 days a week off, but I do see clients for psychic readings, astrology readings, and energy healing sessions daily here at my healing center in Sedona. And I also offer virtual sessions that can be done through video chat globally. So, no excuses. If you've been wanting to get a session with me, this is your invitation. Just reach out at the links below and we can set something up. Okay, let's move on to the conjunction between Mars and Saturn. Mars represents our drive. It's how we move through life. It's action. And Saturn is the planet of structure, responsibility, time, manifestation, self-reliance. So, it's up to you to initiate the action that is aligned with whatever it is you feel guided to bring into form, to create, to manifest. That is a part of the collective soul growth initiation right now is self actualization, self reliance. I'm being responsible for guiding myself in the direction of what I am envisioning or desiring or intending my outcomes to be. So, in what ways have you been being guided to take creatively inspired action, bringing structure and form to what the sole intent is what the thing is right now? Now, as we come into the new moon, by that point, both the sun and the moon have crossed over are in alignment with the asteroid Chiron, which is connected to woundedness and healing. So Chiron in Aries is connected to core wounds around deservingness, worthiness. With the sun and the moon going over the degree point of where Chiron is, which is at 26 degrees Aries, I feel like this is illuminating our awareness of where we have had healing, where we are reclaiming our empowerment, and also, this is coinciding with a time where we get another boost of healing, clearing, integration that comes with the awareness of old patterns that we had still been unconsciously doing, maybe up until now. The moon illuminates our awareness with that. And then with the sun there, there's a strong drive, there's a strong conviction to see it, name it, heal it, and move forward from it once and for all. Just speaking from experience as a person who this is all directly activating my own natal chart, I'm experiencing this in a way that feels completely inspired for me to be prioritizing creative projects that I've had on the back burner for many years. I actually have already started doing those things. I'm in full blown creative inspiration, manifestation mode in ways that are resulting in whole new realms of content that I'm going to be rolling out to you guys as we're moving through the rest of this year. So stay tuned if you love transformational content. Okay, let's see. As we're moving into Taurus season, the sun moves into Taurus on April 19th. This is a more grounded energy that actually will support the continued momentum of what's being inspired now, because Taurus is the archetype of the builder, the comforter, the builder. It's the entrepreneur of the zodiac. So as we're rolling into this last part of the month and into Taurus season, you're going to find that you're feeling like, hey, I can actually anchor these creative ideas into a viable, grounded structure in reality that can gain a momentum. And so, as we move into Taurus season, the personal planets that are in Aries now, namely Mars, Mercury, the Sun, and the Moon, are all going to be moving into Taurus as well. This is grounded, practical awareness that inspires grounded action in alignment with what those creative visions and inspirations have been. So that's the energy that's going to be carrying us through till the end of the month. And the last big thing that I want to talk about is on April 25th, the planet Uranus, which is connected to revolution, change, unexpected opportunities, is shifting from the sign of Taurus into the sign of Gemini, and it will be in Gemini through 2033. This is a really dynamic alignment because Gemini is the zodiac sign that is ruled by Mercury and is connected to all things having to do with the mind, communication, studying, learning, sharing ideas. It's the archetype of the messenger. And Uranus is considered to be the higher octave of Mercury, which again is the planet that rules Gemini. And Uranus can be connected to higher mind, cosmic awareness, transmissions, downloads of intuition that comes from more of the cosmic realms. So, this next many years will be a time where many of you who have creative goals that are in any way connected to communication, this is your do or die time frame on this. There's no better energy than Uranus in Gemini to achieve, accomplish goals that are connected to creative expression and communication. So if you're one of those people that has those types of goals like me, I would love to hear how that's showing up for you. What are you inspired to do? How are you taking action on it already? How is it suddenly feeling like something that you've been waiting years to be able to do is now arriving at your doorstep in the right place, right time to achieve these things for yourself? All my love, guys, blessings, and I'll see you around the corner in the next video.